So I wanted to make a video about this lens filter, the 4-point star-cross filter by a company I think called Marumi. It's a very cheap star-cross filter that I got for about $20, and I've been using it a lot. So essentially what they do is they create really strong like cross flares across the highlights, especially from like light sources or reflections in either daylight, or they're super accentuated at night. I took this out with my G2, and we've done a lot of test shoots with portraits or street photography, random shots. So I've got this in two sizes, one for my GFX, which I have the 35-70 lens on. This fits right on it, and what you can actually do, these ones are really cool. This specific one is a rotatable one, so you can rotate the actual star alignment. But this 46mm one has been living almost exclusively on my G2 over the past few months in both daylight and at nighttime. And it's been a lot of fun to test it out in both situations. In the daylight, the photos actually come a bit dreamier because I feel like it blooms the highlights. So it's almost like a Pro Mist filter coupled in with this sort of like star-cross filter where this thing really shines in high reflective scenarios. So for example, I took this out to Miyajima, which is a small island kind of close to my hometown here. And while using this filter, I made sure to try and get a lot of reflection off the water, areas where the sun is directly hitting a surface and reflecting back into the camera. This effect is best accentuated when you hit it with like direct sunlight or really strong reflections off of like metal or water. And all other general kind of just soft reflections, it kind of just blurs out everything and creates a nice like bloom effect. Now where this filter really shines is at nighttime, especially on film photography. I've taken this out a number of times, in particular to Shinjuku, which is a great place for nighttime photography. We've done portraits, we've done street photography there, and it creates a really interesting effect. Now sometimes this effect is too much, and I'm the first to say that I don't think I'll have it on for all of my shoots at all times. It's a very particular look, and whether or not you enjoy it is kind of like a personal preference. On professional shoots for client works with models, sometimes it's too much. On a few occasions, here are a few examples of it used with the flash and without the flash, and you can kind of tell the difference between both and how the light sources change depending on whether there's a flash or not. And sometimes when you have too many light sources in the frame, there are too many star crosses and it just gets a little bit overbearing. So sometimes that kind of dictates the way that you frame your images. Sometimes you'll want light sources clumped in certain areas and keep the other areas sort of free so that there's more interest in like a certain particular corner of the photo. But regardless, I think for the price of the filter, which I think now, depending on the size that you can get them for around $20 USD. This one in particular, I'm not sponsored by them, but it's by a company called Marumi. I just got it because it was really easy to get on Amazon in Japan here. I think in the States, there's a bunch of different ones. I think Kenko maybe makes some. There's a number of other companies that make similar products, and I don't really think there's much difference in the actual build of these. I feel like the only other thing that might vary depending on the filter you get is actually the separation between each line of the actual cross section. But regardless, I think it's a really fun lens filter to try out, whether it's in daytime, when you want to add a little bit of bloom as well as special reflections off of metal or water, or at nighttime where you want to accentuate the lights, the city lights, the cars, etc. It's a very particular look, and I think you can have a lot of fun experimenting in various situations. So yeah, I just wanted to make a video on the holiday season and touch on this lens filter. I think it's a lot of fun, especially for the price, and I think you can use it in various situations. And the really fun thing about this is that you can use it to go to places that you've already shot previously, and it makes you think about how you're going to compose your images and various little details about like how you're going to plan your images. It just kind of switches things up, so you can go to places that you've already shot, put on the lens filter, test some things out, and all of a sudden you have new images that are pretty exciting to make and a lot of fun. As always, appreciate you staying to the very end. Please like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Yo, you looking for a walk?